Good day, everyone. On behalf of UCMTC, I would like to acknowledge our campus director, Maritime Superintendent Captain Arnel Malaga, Dean Captain Jerry Inamri, BSNT Chair Captain Miharis, BSMRA Chair Sikan Engineer Ramiro Cañas. It is our privilege and honor to represent UCMTC Google Classroom Return Demo together with my group. The teacher's presenter is Engineer Maxilom, who will discuss later on in the presentation of Google Classroom. I hope that you will appreciate our effort in making us learn in this webinar and service training. Thank you.
It is both a privilege and a daunting task to be selected to present to you our humble, collaborative work. We should embrace this new norm and learn to adapt, or else we will see a bitter, not better days ahead. This is the course guide that we formulated, and we have read the topic objective, 3 learning outcomes. In the actual syllabus, there are more than learning outcomes, but we've opted to choose only 3 to make the lesson compressed, and it would take lesser time. The teaching learning activities, the tools, assessment, and then the tools. And we purposely omitted the traditional column here because we won't have the greater working space. So anyway, it won't be needed for this case or for this course guide. And we have a sequence of teacher and student activities here because this is what goes on with the Google Classroom. So the sequence is the same with what we'll find in Google Classroom. To begin with, for the first learning outcome, the teacher posts, creates, and presents to class a PDF file of electrical symbols and provide video to enhance learning. It is, of course, under asynchronous column. Then after that, the student reads the PDF file and views the YouTube link and takes note of important points or facts. Now, the synchronous tool that we will be using is to count, of course, Google Classroom, the PDF file because it's stated here, and the YouTube link. It is also stated here. Next is after reading PDF file and viewing the YouTube link, the teacher again posts a graphic organizer assignment about electrical symbols and provides feedback on the assignment. Then he needs the Google slide and the graphic organizer template and of course the rubric. Here the teacher creates the Google slide for the students to fill in, and on the student side, student answers the assignment using online tools. Of course, they'll use the Google slide that we've created here, the template, and complete the graphic organizer assignment. It's all about electrical symbols. Then, of course, they need a Google slide and the Google search engine because that's where they will look for the image to insert on the template. Now, let's go and find out if this all here are on the Google Classroom. Let's switch to Google Classroom. Okay, we're now here in our Google Classroom setting. I'll show you the first learning objective as indicated on our course guide. But first, as teachers, we need to evaluate whether or not our students are able and ready to proceed to the next lesson. In a classroom setting, we would do pretest. And the good thing about Google Classroom is we can do that paperless and we can reuse the same pretest over and over again on our future classes. So here is our pre-learning survey. The students would answer this one, and from the result, a teacher would know whether or not they have prior learning, and to prepare them for the next lesson, of course. Next is the lesson objective. Here, students would read the objective of the lesson and what are they going to expect. As stated here, the ultimate aim of this lesson is for students to construct different electrical motor circuits, preliminary preliminary lessons are prerequisite to the main objective. You're advised not to skip a lesson, rather go through them on the same sequence as they appear in the classroom window. See, here's the scenario. For our safety, as of the moment, we do not have access in the laboratory. The best learning method is to experience actual hands-on on the device and the circuit. Yet, by the end of the session, you will have the opportunity to perform the objective in a simulator setting. Once everything is lifted, simulator experience would be a prior learning advantage. Good luck. So this is our objective and the first activity for the student. They would have to read the symbol, the PDF file as indicated in the course guide, and the YouTube link for an enhanced learning on electrical symbols. Next to that is the graphic organizer on electrical symbols assignment. They're now going to do an assignment. Graphic organizer on electrical symbols. The instruction would be open the attached Google slide file, fill in the missing blank with symbols and actual device. The first one is done for you, for your reference. Thank you. So this is the criteria that so that they would know how will they be graded. And this is the actual slide, the Google slide. So what they're going to do is just to fill in these blanks here, and there are 4 slides. This is for the learning objective 1. Now on the graphic organizer assignment, I have seen that there are already 2 turned in. So let's try to find and check them out and a grading on it and a comment for a feedback. Here's the submitted assignment, and I'll look for something to comment in, and I've noticed that one of the symbol is inverted, so I'll create a comment here. Symbol is inverted. Comment. Okay, and so far everything is good. I'll rate this one according to my rubric for great job. And return. Okay, that's it, how we grade and add a comment to an assignment of one of the student. Let's go to our classroom. Then, as you might have noticed, one is turned in and one is graded. One is, let's go back to the course guide. Now we're back to our course guide. The next activity would be the teacher posts an assignment about performance task on creating a video or blog presentation using different media tools, then provides a link on presentation guides. The criteria for the video blog presentation is the asynchronous tools that the teacher needs. So the criteria should be made on the Google Classroom rubric. Then, of course, the assessment would of course include the video or blog presentation of the students, and the teacher uses a Google form with rubric. Is the summative test for the preceding lesson, so we'll explain on this one or check this one on our Google Classroom settings. We're back in Google Classroom. Part of the assessment on learning objective number 1 is to give students another assignment, this time a group assignment. A group assignment on video, blog, or presentation. Notice that there are 2 here because I need to give each group different assignments. So if you click on this one, it is assigned to 7 students, and the other one, there are 6 students. So they have both the same criteria. So if you open the assignment. This is the instruction, and then their guide video. And then notice here that instead of selecting all students, I've selected a few students for this group here. So they're going to collaborate in creating the assignment. And the grade is under exercise category, 100 points, electrical motor starting methodology, and it has its own rubric on the video presentation. It's the criterion. Planning and preparation, creativity, clarity, audio clarity, relevant content. All in all, for 20 points. Checking my group video presentation, I've noticed that there's a one turned in assignment. Let's go check this out. It's from the group of Engineer Abelia. Okay, now let's grade them according to my rubrics. Planning and preparation, like good 4. Creativity is 4. Audio clarity is 4. Audio clarity is a bit loud, 3. Relevant to content, 4. And add a private comment. Great. Return. It is now being graded. To assess their learning on learning objective number 1, we have here a multi-type quiz for the students to take. This is now a graded quiz. Multi-test because it has multiple type of test. We have the multiple choice, short answer, a checkbox where there are one or more correct answers. This is a drop down type of test. So they're going to name this one, and these are the choices. And so far, there are 7 who have turned it in. Back to course guide. Okay, now we're back to our course guide. The next lesson objective is the interpret ladder diagrams. Now for ILE 2, interpret ladder diagram, the teacher posts a YouTube link for the student to review about ladder diagram. And all that the student would do is to view the post and takes note of important points in tracing and creating ladder diagrams. So the tools that the teacher needs is the Google Classroom, the YouTube link, which includes this link and another link. This could have more than two link, but to make it simplified, we opt to use only two links as an example. The activity on this one would be highly elaborated on the intended learning outcome here. Let's go to ILO 3, which is construct different motor starting methods. Construct. Now, uh, take note here that for construction in the actual laboratory setting, the student would create wirings on the actual devices, but rather we don't have the luxury of that one. So I have found a simulator program, a very straightforward, simple simulator program that could be used in replacement for the actual laboratory. Now, the ILO3 here, the teacher sets a date on the first video meeting, discusses the house rules, etiquette, and grading system. The teacher needs to post this one so that all students would be present on the asynchronous activity. So this time we have an asynchronous activity. The teacher and student meet at a predetermined time. That for this time, on this time, teacher demonstrates on how to download and create a circuit using electrical controls technique system simulator. Now the video on this one is posted on Google Classroom. This is our own video, not a YouTube link, and the student would uh, review on that one whenever there are points that they missed during the discussion. So it's readily available for them because it's in Google Classroom. Then uh, for that recording, the teacher needs a Google Meet, of course, for the meeting. A screen recorder. This is to record the screen activity, and electrical control technique system simulator. This is the application that we will be using and they will be using also. Then during that discussion, that synchronous discussion, the teacher would also create a survey questionnaire using the Mentimeter tools. Then from that, the teacher would be able to know whether or not they have understood the discussion well. Next is since the teacher have discusses and demonstrates on how to use the circuit, it is now time for the teacher to post an assignment on constructing a motor control circuit on a simulator using that simulator that uh, we have discussed on the synchronous activity. So the teacher goes to the Google Classroom and create an assignment with rubric. The assessment tool would be a screen record of a running circuit in a simulator. The tool, of course, is the Google Classroom, Electrical Control Techniques System Simulator, and the Google rubric, and of course the feedback, because that's important, feedbacking on these students. Now let's go to the Google Classroom setting. For the second learning objective, which is interpret ladder diagrams, the first thing the students would do is to read the material about ladder diagrams. We have two attached YouTube link here, and after viewing the video, we're going to create an assignment. This assignment is about what they have understood on ladder diagram applications. So it is for all students under the assignment category, 100 points, no due date, topic, and it has its rubrics also for a total of 12 points. And this is the how the assignment looks like. So it's a Google slide. The students would fill in what is needed here. Now let's go back to our classwork window. We'll continue with the last learning objective, which is construct electrical motor circuits. Now, for the first part, prior to this is the synchronous video conference with the students. Now, on the synchronous video conference, the teacher demonstrates on how to create electrical circuits using AKTS or the simulator software. So, from that demonstration, the teacher screen records it and attaches it to this material so that whatever they have missed or whatever they want to clarify again would be seen here. It is important because there are a few, or maybe one video that contains EKTS simulator demonstration on YouTube, so that's why I've created my own. Now, for demonstration, here is the video that I have screenshot during the demonstration. Play. Okay, today we're going to learn how to create and run an electrical circuit using AKTS. Right now we're at the AKTS window. We have the file menu, edit, Windows and help. The open items that will be used, double click on it, it would appear on your move forward. Then we can now make, right now, next we're going on energizing another contactor. Stop it, click on stop, then it stops. Right now we don't need this one, so let's remove it. And that's it. It's basically our circuit. Now let's try to run our circuit. Click on start or play, then click the start button. So it's now running our power circuit. We're going to stop it. Click on stop, then it stops. A very straightforward electrical simulator, and you'll know that the motor is running because of the screen running around the circle here. And when it stops, you can see the momentum, how it stops. That's it. Thank you for watching and have a good day. And after watching the demonstration and practicing for themselves, it is now time for them to return demo or to do it on their own. So the title here is constructing electrical motor control circuits, and then here's the instruction and the specific objective that they're going to do for this assignment. Using your PC, download the application, so they have to download the application. So how would they be able to simulate if they don't have the application? So it's on vepa.com. This is the guide, and this is the first attachment is the guide on how to download Vepa. This one. Okay, that's the image. Let's go back. And the second one is watch the attached demonstration. So they have watched this demonstration already, but if they do want to a review on that, here's the demonstration video from the first synchronous meeting, a demonstration on how to use the AKTS simulator. The third one is they have to choose electrical motor starting circuit except the one that I have demonstrated. So except the one that is on this video, they have to create their own and perform a screenshot of the following. So while making their circuit, they have to perform a screenshot, the placement of the component without the wiring, the completed circuit with the wiring but not yet running or simulated, and the complete and running circuit. So here is their guide circuit that they're going to do. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 circuits for them to perform. Now they only have to choose one. Again, they only have to choose one. Create the circuit for this one on the simulator and provide screenshot and attach it to their submitted assignments.